Hi, Kaylee. How you doing? All right. So let me see here. I've got your post up right here, and that's good that you wanted to use your own imagery. That's fantastic. I have some comments about that. I will talk about that in 1 second. All right, that's a good job. Yeah. All right. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and jump over to the ad. I think that there's a couple of things that are really done very well in the ad, and I think this kind of continuation is really nice. It creates a nice visual cohesiveness. I'm talking about repeating the cucumbers in this kind of design element that you've created here. One thing I would recommend here is select these individually. Right now we can see based on the markings of these cucumbers that they're all set. They're basically identical copies of one another. And one of the things you can do to do that is, I know they were grouped, but just select one of these and come over here and just rotate them a little bit. You rotate each one a little bit, and we can see that now they're starting to look a little bit less uniform and a little bit more like they're individual cucumbers instead of just copies of the same thing. Okay, so good placement of the logo. We got the Arial bold headline. You've got Arial italic over here. Technically, these are headlines. They should be Arial bold italic, by the way. I don't know if I would place these in these boxes right here. I think it would be much more cohesive if you were to take these three text selections and just create like some sort of a small paragraph right here describing these instead of listing them like this. I think it's kind of the gray backgrounds are a little bit distracting. I don't think they're visually cohesive with the actual color scheme of the ad, and also there's no alignment. There's no horizontal alignment here. Well, there isn't at first two, but I just think that it would be much more cohesive to remove the boxes and just kind of assemble your type as so you have a headline, maybe a subhead, and then just a little paragraph describing the promotional. My only other comment about the ad is it seems like, honestly, I'm going to zoom out here a little bit, but if we take a look at the ad, I think that there's a little bit of interruption in the visual cohesion of the page. And in other words, the page harmony could be strengthened a little bit, because right now I think that, oh, by the way, this background image right here, you want to pull that to the bleed, right? You don't just pull the background to the bleed. You want to pull that to the bleed too. And the reason I'm saying that is because that is also, if that gets mistrimmed, you're going to see that little bit of cyan color through that back right there. But anyways, what I was saying about visual cohesion is, if you imagine this, imagine leafing through a magazine, you come to this page, right? It's very, very likely that this could be mistaken for two different ads on the same page. It's only because the bottom is so visually dissimilar from the top. My recommendation is to try to create some sort of visual cohesion. You've got the cucumbers, but we need more in terms of color and other visual representations that will strengthen the visual cohesion and the unity of the page, so it looks like more like one cohesive ad than two different unrelated ads located on the same page. If we jump over to the course announcements, you can see that these are highly, highly successful in the degree of visual cohesion. So in other words, the image, the type, the logo, the contact information, and the masked image all fit together seamlessly into a very, very highly cohesive visual presentation. We can see that in all of these examples. And then, so if you take a look at this, you can see where there's a little jarring, the difference in the visual demeanor between the top and the bottom of the page. So my recommendation moving forward is to try to create a nice visual cohesion. Also, think about this. I mean, this is going to be a really, really difficult set of images to work with to transpose this to the web banner. You'll see what I mean when we get there, but just keep that in mind. Okay, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to clarify. Thank you very much.